We know that cancer affects all of us. In my family, it claimed my mum Lynn, my sister-in-law Lisa and my stepmum Sally have both beaten it, and now my dad Ray is living with terminal cancer. One of my team is also undergoing treatment for cancer, so we know that it is prevalent among all of our lives. All of them were fit, healthy people who did everything right, as are so many other people who get the horrible news each year, or worse, who turn up in A&E after becoming suddenly unwell. According to a cancer research study, many of those patients had visited their GP but hadn't been referred for tests, either because they didn't meet the thresholds or because they'd been missed altogether. Let me be clear, this is not a criticism of our GPs, who are working in highly difficult situations. Indeed, when I shadowed Dr Wright from Walford Mills Surgery in Wimborne, he had the sober task of sharing a diagnosis and undertaking a very personal test during his appointment that he let me witness. But for the 6 least survivable cancers, if diagnosis doubled across these 6 cancers alone, an additional 7,500 lives a year would be saved. In my constituency of Mid Dorset and North Poole, there are 540 diagnoses of cancer each year and 300 cancer deaths. And although 85% of them should be starting treatment within 62 days, the number is actually only 60%. So I want to ask the Minister what she's doing to bridge that gap. Because if we met the target in my constituency, 70 additional people would be getting on with their lives. 45,000 additional people across the country would be given a greater chance of not just surviving, but having a life shared with those that they love. But once they get to hospital, patients are faced with out-of-date machinery and not enough specialist nurses. Macmillan Cancer Research says that there is an acute shortage and have called for a cancer nurse fund to increase the numbers by 3,700. So will the Minister tell us whether the future cancer strategy will include such funding? I want to just speak briefly about pancreatic cancer, which claimed the life of my cousin Colin, a super fit former Welsh Commonwealth Games cyclist who died in his 50s despite the best care available. Many other constituents have written to me about poor prognosis for this treatment. They have flagged that the NHS has approved selective internal radiation therapy, but only for colorectal and liver cancers, not those whose primary cancer is in the pancreas and has then spread to the liver. These families are keen for urgent trials to be undertaken to allow the treatment to be used, given the incredibly short life expectancy they face. So will the Minister consider this? Finally, I just want to make the point that we have been waiting such a long time for this cancer strategy. We need the workforce plan and the roadmap for the NHS plan. 950 people will be diagnosed with cancer today, and those people need hope.